We ready?
Yeah, yeah. I was just trying to open the Excel. Here you go.
Good morning, Yo-Yo.
No more. It's gonna be so scripted. Yes.
I know. this
But
is
it's so,
this is gonna be fun, I think, cause yeah, we did record this once, but the recording was pretty bad, so now we're doing it second time. It's gonna be really awesome. So all right, let's get started then. The last four chapters of the book. It has been definitely a journey with this book, though. Like it was.
it's been a long ass ride.
I know. Gotta be great. But yeah, let's jump straight into it then.
Yeah, of course.
This before we go to the question, I just want to point out this chapter 12 actually. I've actually read it again this morning to be honest, and I really like the fact that um she's giving these step-by-step exercises into how to like properly communicate and express feelings, which is really awesome because like it's if couples sometimes they get like stuck and they don't know how to communicate or how to solve a conflict, then these exercises really work amazing, really work amazing. So so yeah,
Yeah, indeed
let's
she does.
yeah, did you put into practice any of these, like, or
I've been putting for a long time, so yeah.
yeah,
There
great.
are things that cannot be put in practice yet
Mm.
because both parties have to be in the same length,
Mm.
not just
Yes.
in relationship, also families, friends, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yes, because I do think everybody has to be a little bit in the same length.
Yeah,
If
but how
not,
But how do you do it? Do you also tell them like, "Hey, listen, I know this exercise that can help us to like better communicate." Do you explain them what the exercise is about, or you just do it yourself individually and you see how they are reacting?
I normally do things in an indirect way.
Mm-hmm.
Like I say, okay, this is an exercise, and then I try to approach by maybe just making questions,
Mm.
mm, just to see if this person had ever thought about it, or if just to get into a new subject, let's say.
Yeah,
When you're
yeah.
talking about a specific subject, like, okay, what do you think about this thing? Because I've been thinking about this and blah blah blah, and that's normally how I do it.
Mm-hmm.
And depending on the time, of course, sometimes like, well, I never thought about it, or yeah, maybe this, that, or blah blah blah, and stuff
Mm-hmm.
like that. And if I find the person receptive, I would just go along and just keep on talking about the subject, and it's actually fine.
Yeah.
And when a problem just comes up, then I remind myself, I just calm down and I just wait a little bit and then I say something, because that's one of the things. It's like there comes a problem and we have this tendency of just slashing,
Mm.
and we forget that the other person just are like as shocked as you. Like, damn, we are in an argument. What should we do? It's survival
Yeah.
mode and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, let's calm down and blah blah. But yeah, I do it like indirectly,
Okay.
or just or not dealing with a problem at the moment, but I just give the topic like, hey, what do you think about this? That's how I do it.
Okay. So you don't tell them like, "Hey, I think this exercise can help us to like better express our needs, or like, or better
Yeah,
express our emotions." And so okay, because I did do it like this. I tried it like this, and because I have tried it like indirectly and it really didn't work because the person was not very open and receptive to it and really didn't know how to like express their emotions. And I said, "Hey, listen, we have this exercise that I've been reading, and I think it will really help us to better express our emotions and so on, and I think it will help us to connect, have a connection, but But yeah,
Yeah.
that's a different story anyway. So
Yeah.
yeah. But what do you think? What do you think it will be like an not ideal? I really don't like using this ideal relationship, but let's say right relationship to like
Healthy
be,
relationship.
yeah, a healthy relationship. Mm.
For me, it will be like, for you we call it in general. I think we asked this the last time.
Mm.
Try not to make it sound like it's a script or something. No,
No,
it's
no,
not.
no.
No, it's not. Like talking in general, I would think is like approaching from um how is the word English. For me, a good relationship will be like just sharing a lot, get to know each other,
Mm.
whether it be my couple, my parents, my siblings, and be considerate.
Mm.
Because we just it's that like we forget a lot of time that people are just everybody's struggling on their own way, than just share hobbies or just to give each other space, um get to know that the other person are discovering themselves on a journey, and I have in mind this person is discovering me, like, oh, she used to do this, now she's started to do that, maybe because she wants to, I don't know, start painting.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Or in my case, oh, like he likes to actually, he went from Pokemon games to actually manage a football manager. I don't know. It's like a
Yeah.
different vibe. I don't know if that makes sense. But basically, never stop knowing each other. I think that's very cool, and is very healthy at the same time. I think in
Yeah.
my way is a very good thing to do.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah, I do agree with you here that you need. It's kind of like you must understand that each person has their own journey, and you have to let them still explore and discover themselves, but be there next to them when they are, learning a new thing or exploring, and as they are evolving. So I think, yeah, yeah, this is. Yeah, great. For me, to be honest, what is like a healthy relationship? It's definitely communication, because communication is one of the most important factors when it comes in a relationship, especially in a romantic relationship, but any relationship, the way that we communicate, and definitely being honest and open to sharing truly and honestly how we feel inside without any like covering or without any barriers or without any perceptions, just as it is. I mean, like, of course, like right now, if you feel like angry and you want to like punch the person in the
Yeah,
face,
I
just
understand.
don't do that, you know. But yeah, just being open, and yeah, that is one very important. Then obviously, um not exploring, but as you said, learning each day about each other. So basically, not living with an image that the person that you already know the person, because if you already have if we already have this image that we already know the person, then that's it. You blocked everything, any new, let's say, assets or skills or addition that this person might add to them during time, and you don't discover that, and you only stay with what you think the person is. But to be honest, in my opinion, I think that we will never get to know people as they are, because we are never staying, we are not stagnant, we are moving. So it's always something happening, ongoing. It's an ongoing process. um yeah. Then definitely sexual part is really important. to always explore and understand each other's likes and dislikes in a romantic environment, well, in the bedroom or wherever it can happen, kitchen, closet, you never know what people's fantasies are.
Yeah.
Yeah, but being open to learn, definitely learn new things, and try to meet each other somewhere, and having a hobby that you share together, very important to have anything, a sport, or can be, yeah, let's just say a sport. In my case, it has to be a sport that we do together, and yeah, because you see, again, in this environment you see a different side of them, and in each environment you see like different parts of their being, which is awesome. So um yeah, and I think that's it. Yeah, being honest, trust, definitely very big. Oh yeah, that's like, I don't even have to mention, trust is a very important part in your relationship. Like, you have to trust each other. If there is no trust, then without trust, then is no relationship, and that's it. So it has to be continuous trust. And if something happens, like if any of us, any of, let's say, the persons breaks the trust, it has to definitely be worked and brought back again, because if it's not, then the relationship just dissipates. So
Yeah, of
yeah,
course.
so yeah, relationships, man, relationships are like always, um it's an ongoing project. It's not like, oh, that's it, I'm with this person and I can just relax and be comfortable. Okay, not every time be on your tiptoes, but you cannot either fully
Yeah,
relax. Yeah, so it's maintenance.
maintenance, yes.
Yeah, maintenance.
Dedication.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
indeed.
dedication. Yeah, because like if you're not dedicated to get to know the person next to you, or invest yourself into everything, then it's, what's the point of it all,
Of course.
this Yeah.
That's those kind of
All
things.
right.
Yes.
Yeah, I can go on this topic forever, to be honest. i'm trying
Yeah.
i'm
Yeah.
trying
I
to like
mean,
I'm
yeah.
trying to hold myself to
It
be like,
happens.
just say what is necessary, don't over. you know
It's okay. I mean, it's a lot. There is a lot to say, of course. There is always a lot to say
mm.
because life is very detailed.
It is definitely like, yeah. So yeah, basically this is what the chapter 12, definitely it's a great way to get to understand yourself. Where are you in a relationship with your partner? And if you are in a point where you're like, that's it, I had it, I don't want to be with this person anymore, then, but maybe a part of you still wants to be or make it work, but you don't know how, then simple, well, they're not that simple, they're work exercises, because you have to really work and give time and understand,
Yeah.
are really great to like, mm, yeah, bring back this connection that has been lost, and give each other a chance, because like, for sure there has to be something there that once you loved and you liked so much, like, why did it went away, um so yeah. Okay, I will stop right now. Let's go to chapter 13.
I will stop right now. No distractions. No, girl, it's okay. It's okay. It's fine.
Hmm.
But yeah.
I like relationships though. It really interests me, this topic, quite a lot. But yeah. Okay, so chapter 13, shoring up your support network. So basically, identifying your boundaries, find out if the people next to you are meeting your needs, and if you do also meet their needs. But if you have a
Yeah.
support network around you that encourages you, looks after you, and it's just a healthy, a healthy relationship that you have with everybody. And again, they have really great exercises to get to identify if people around you, either they bring like, either you give too much positivity and they bring back negativity, or you give something, they don't give nothing at all, or maybe it's the same balance. You give positivity and they give back positivity. So it's really great. I have done this exercise mentally, not on the paper. And yeah, it has really helped me to understand, like, all right, maybe this person, like, it's sucking too much out of my energy and not giving much, That's why I'm feeling tired. No, that's not the reason, but yeah, it's great to really identify. So have you done these exercises?
About checking what kind of energy people have or what I have
Yes.
and how it's getting a change.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess I have no other option when I'm at work anyway. Because at work it's like a constant exchanging energy and stuff like that. But of course, that is with strangers. You don't count that.
Yeah, you don't
Um,
count strangers, just the ones that are like close to you, like, and you have a relationship with them, let's say maybe daily, maybe weekly, but you share some of your personal, just share who you are with them.
well,
Yeah.
sometimes I'm able to do it. Sometimes, most of the time, I'm not able to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Fortunately, I can do it with my couple. But with my family or my friends, that's kind of more difficult because it's like when you
Mm.
enter into a relationship, it's like, and it's not intended, but it's like your environment just shift into another dimension, and then you
Mm.
have family, and then you have your friends, and because everybody just go on their own with their life,
Yeah.
when it comes the time to like meet and catch up, basically, um I find myself most of the time just listening instead of being listened to, but
Yeah.
that's another story.
Mm.
Eh, so so if I guess that's when I can check how is the quality of the energy being exchanged, let's say. And then you have to consider a lot of things because it's like people don't do a lot of things on purpose. It's like
Yeah.
something going on. And but yeah. So actually to do that exercise, it depends. It really depends.
Yeah.
Depends of
Yeah.
the moment. It depends of a lot of things. It's difficult. But yeah, at least I can do it with my couple. Yesterday I managed to do it with my family because I've been a
Yeah.
very long time without calling them on Skype. But but yeah. How
Okay.
about you?
Great.
You get to do it?
Yeah, I did it mentally, not like, because I don't have that many. My support, my network, let's say, it's quite small, like I can count them on my right hand. So it was quite easy to be like, oh yeah, this that. So yeah. Okay, it's over. Now I know. But yeah, I did it mentally, and maybe I should do it on the paper, but I think it's all right.
Yes.
Great. So let's go to this question. What boundaries you have that your family have tried to cross? And it can be like recently or uh,
Recently, there is no way that I can cross anything because we have a space. There
yeah.
is a no, but jokes aside,
Mhm.
um, my it's mostly my mom. But my mom is my mom. She be my mom, mother's at the end.
Yeah.
She because she's religious. She has this thing about you have to get married first, and then you can do the rest. And a lot of the time, she was trying to choose my partners. I say in prolo, it might sound terrible. Listen, my partners anyway. One is young, one doesn't just meet one person in life. Okay,
Yeah.
so I have this anecdote when I was finishing high school. I think I was 18 or something like that, and she was hanging out with a lady from from a lady that she married someone, and the husband had a brother, a younger brother. And my mom thought that he was super handsome and blah blah blah. I till this day I don't even know if she ever met him in person, but that's another
Mm.
story. And she and the friend decided to play the Cupid game to make us meet each other, and we even add each other through Facebook and all that stuff, and we talk a little bit. But I always got an excuse not to meet him. But I feel bad because it's like it's not his fault. It's not my fault either. But I was just listening to my mom. You're probably gonna like him, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But the
Mm.
thing that didn't sit well with me was like she tried to choose someone for me, and I think that's actually very personal because sometimes you just don't like the same if you have a home. You want something new, and that actually suits you as a person and your moral values
Yeah.
and stuff and hobbies and everything, right? And a lot of times she was like, "What? You're not gonna meet him?" La, la, la. No, I'm studying, and he's too busy working. I will say little excuses like that. And at the end of it, we never met. I The only thing is that I feel bad that it went that well. It's like it was not natural, right? And after that, I met my couple back in the day, and my mom's like, "What is this?"
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was like a surprise. It was completely different what she expect me to do, and I'm like, and one day we were talking seriously, and that years after that happened, of course, and she told me, "You always been doing whatever you want when it comes to relationships," and just that I just answer like it should be.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like to make her mad or anything. It's like it's a personal choice. You just don't just because your parents like it. Of course, you take into consideration if your parents like this person because well, you don't want drama and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But at the end, is a personal choice. You are the person that have to live, share, whatever with this partner. So because the family can say whatever they want, but they're not staying with that person 24/7, let's say.
Yes. Yes.
So she was kind of shocked, like, excuse me. It was like this, excuse me, what you mean?
Yeah.
But that's one of the things, and I'm glad I actually stood up for myself, let's say, and
Yes.
like putting this boundary, like you don't get to say who should I date because maybe I listen to you, and at the end, this person is not right for me,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I could blame you. So just let that has to be my thing. That has to be my mistake or my happiness or whatever, but my choice. So that's one of the things in this thing about getting married. I have nothing against marriage. I think it's a wonderful thing to do, but people should do it according to their own taste. Like you
Yeah.
want to get married before and then you live together after. Maybe for me it works the opposite way, and it's completely fine because you are literally not affecting someone else's life. You're
Yes.
just into a relationship. You're you and your partner, and that's it. And everybody operates in a different way. The same formula doesn't work for everybody, and that's one of the boundaries I have to set to my family. Like, don't step into my zone. This is my zone. It's my space. I do my things my own way,
Yeah.
and stuff like that. That's at least the most um boundary the my mom in this case have tried to cross. I didn't let her. No, 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 no.
Yeah. Yeah. I can completely understand that. It can be frustrating though to like, to somebody choose your partner or like just make you to be with someone that maybe you don't like them or maybe you're not ready for a relationship, and yeah, marriage doesn't really keep people together, like It's just because you are married, like a paper doesn't keep people together. It's what they are working on, the connection that they have with each other, and how much they are willing to get involved. But just having that marriage is like, oh yeah, yeah, I'm secure now, and this relationship is gonna be like great. Well, you never know what can happen. Yeah,
Well,
but
marriage is also complicated subject. It's like for a lot of people, I say myself too. Like for me, it's a paper. I don't need to do the protocol
yeah,
to be serious with someone, to be committed with someone. I think that's more personal, more spiritual, let's say. But for other people, it's like okay, fine, but then just get married and like, but it's the same thing. I mean, what was the difference having a party and just signing a paper? I don't understand it. But because we have this society and we constructed things, and marriage is one of them, it's like you have to do it, and it's like no, let
yeah,
people be. I don't know, just chill.
yeah. I
You
think
see,
marriage.
I'm this way, but then I have my friend and she wants to get married. I'm like,
Yeah,
that's cool.
yes,
And she wants the whole thing, everything, the wedding and the dancing and the honeymoon. She wants that,
yeah,
and that's cool. That's actually pretty cool. And I'm gonna be there and getting happy and crying for her. But you see, that doesn't work for me because I just don't want to do it.
yeah, yeah. I think marriage. We can definitely make a whole topic on this one, like
Yeah,
the
there is a
next
lot of
podcast.
involvement in there.
Yeah, yeah. All right, great. So yeah.
What about
Um
you? Your family
yeah.
crossed the line?
Yeah, I mean they tried many times like okay, I will go back a little bit to when I was like young. My dad, he it's not that he always, I never could have boundaries cuz like I couldn't keep my door
Mm,
closed. I couldn't choose my I couldn't choose the clothes that I wear. He was always coming with, well, of course coming with, but he was choosing for me my clothes. I never had a choice into like what I want to wear. um then yeah, okay, what, really, dating? No, 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 he didn't even wanted to hear. Like I remember when I was like 15, I met this young boy. He was like really nice and polite, and
yeah,
like and you know, just go out and date because you need to start, you know, meet partner, not partners, but people from your other, from the opposite sex. But no,
in
that
your
was,
age also.
yeah, and at my age, of course. So no, that was out of the context. Then what else? Boundaries. I wanted to he was always choosing for me what to do, so I was not allowed to do like play sports or do an activity after school. So he was always controlling my time, what I do, what I should not do. But then
Yeah.
later on in life, like after some time, I did went on my own and started living my own life and learned to do my own choices, let's say after the age of 16, 17. But they were still like, and not just him, well, I didn't have that much contact with him, but let's say aunts and cousins and pretty much everything that the rest of the family was trying to cross my boundaries, which at that time I was traveling a lot, and all the time they were like, well, you need to get the house, you need to settle down, you are wasting your time, you need to have a baby, you need to blah 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 blah, blah. And I was like, what? Why are you trying to? This is what I want to do. Like, just I don't want that now. Why do I have to be like? I don't know. It's not like everybody else, but if people are happy doing that, fine. But I don't want that now. And yeah, but they kept trying to pest me with this over and over. So
Right.
never, yeah, never understanding my needs or what it is I actually want. So yeah, the only thing that I had to do was to just like I won't say to ban everybody, but uh well,
You banned from a life. Get out of here.
well, basically I did ban everybody from my life, like you know, change my number, block them from every social media, no contact with anything. So And I'm happy because I get to know myself, and there is no left or right wing telling me all the time, oh, you should do this, no, you should do that. And no, it's just me. And I kind of, I had to learn how to make my decisions without having to having someone telling me from the back, like, oh no, don't do that. Because so yeah, I learned maybe a bit too late. It doesn't matter, it's never too late. But yeah, doing my own choices, my own mistakes, learning and growing and developing. So that was, yeah. So I guess they try to cross every boundary of a human being. So
Yeah,
yeah.
and especially when you're so young and you
Mm,
think everybody that is older than you know better, and
yeah.
when you reach a certain point, you're like, you know, but at the same time, you don't know that much. So,
Yeah. Mm.
but oh
And you
well.
know,
I think
and you
I
know
think
what
a lot of
thing?
the time. Oh,
No, continue. Sure.
oh no, I just wanted to add that sometimes people's way of treating us change when we change ourselves. Like
Mm,
I didn't want my parents to tell me what to do in my relationship, so I say I share what I want to share, and that's it.
yes.
And
Mm,
for some reason, people actually can read it. We sometimes overestimate the capacity of others. Sometimes
yeah.
people don't really read, but that's another story. uh, and like again, when I was telling this anecdote, that she said you did whatever you wanted in your relationship, and I answered like it should be. After that, she never say anything more to me about relationships and stuff. Of course, she says like, well, you should get married before you buy a house, you get kids, and blah blah blah. And I'm like, that's cool, mama, it's fine. Next.
Yeah.
But it's like you just let it be in the bounds.
Yeah.
And maybe they're inside and stuff. This person never listens. Oh my goodness. Just to wait and see. Just to wait and see. That's the thing. But I think some people are actually able to change once you change yourself. Like they know you have set a boundary and they cannot cross it, and they don't tell
Yeah.
you anything anymore. But
Mm.
of course, there is
But
people that are more stubborn than others. That for sure.
but yeah, but this is really important. Yeah, the setting the boundaries, because like once you and keep to them, because to me it took me a lot of time to, like, yeah, I was only setting boundaries, but I wasn't keeping to them. Like somehow I was, let's say, sabotaging my own boundaries.
Right.
and
Yeah, yeah, I
and
understand.
then yeah, and I kept letting them in, and then yeah, because I wasn't like sure if like my boundary is like, is it right or wrong. And yeah, and this again dates back to how I was being
Yeah.
raised. But yeah, so it took me a lot of time to be like, okay, this boundary, that's it, and keep emphasizing it and repeat it
Right.
to people. And again, if people don't understand it, which this is annoying, then yeah, it's an end road between me and the other person. Like, I've
Yeah.
tried, I like you, I love you, I appreciate you, but this is not working, so I'm gonna have to let you go, make space for new.
Also, yeah, no. Oh,
Yeah,
of course.
yeah.
Sometimes is
Mm,
oh, people don't have to understand it, but at least respect you. And that's important. Sometimes people just don't understand it in that moment, but it's like, okay, I don't get quite well why you're doing this, why you're saying
yeah.
that, but
Mm,
cool. It must be because some things. So,
yeah.
oh well, of course, there is this thing that you say something and people are like, they don't understand it, but those is like, okay, you're out of your mind, and you're like,
Yeah,
excuse me, no.
yeah.
But respect, right? You respect. It's fine.
Yeah,
Like other people just think differently.
yeah, definitely. Like, we all have our things, but yeah. All right, so mm, I think this next question is definitely one of the most important questions to how to actually end this enmeshment cycle, or not the cycle, but well, let's just say that we are not anymore with the parents, but how do you end this continuous program that has been set into your brain since your childhood, since parents used you for their needs, of course without knowing. We cannot blame anybody here, but how do we stop this, like, and gain full control over our lives?
The cycle breaks the moment you acknowledge what happened.
Mm.
And then it disappears when you have work on it. That will be my answer to that.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. So it's like going, not always going back in the past, because I mean it's cool to go back in the past and relive those moments, let's say, or at least look at the ways of how we were treated, without getting attached emotionally, because by going back you will understand yourself now, as you are now, and why you do the things that you do. And from here, with what you actually discover, that okay, that's why I'm always, I don't know, choosing the wrong partner, or choosing to eat this way, or choosing to always work until I'm tired and never rest. So once you understand that, you can then start to be a bit more, at least my experience, to be more compassionate with you,
Yeah.
and try to find your way of living, and discover yourself to what is it that you like, what is your essence, what am I passionate about, without having anybody in the background, um, telling. But what I noticed, especially with me, is that every time when I was trying to do this, um, I was like, I was able, I understand why I do some things, but then there is always this, not conflict, but when you try to like let go of an old habit, because again, these are habits that we do without knowing that we do them. But when you try to let go of a habit, you keep going into this new habit, but this old habit is still pulling you backwards, and sometimes, if the pattern or the program is so strong, um although I was aware of, like, okay, I know I want to be here, and then this program just came and just like took complete control over me, you can watch yourself but you cannot stop yourself, kind of like.
Yeah.
So this is how I was, and I was like, oh my god, like, how do I, like, why, like, and just watching myself, and I couldn't stop it, but then actually then something else happened, which is awesome. I will share actually what happened. I was crying quite a lot, and I was crying out of everything, and I realized why I was crying, because when I was little, I was always crying out of everything, because that was the only way that I could get attention, affection, and looked after. If I was not crying, I was not. So only when I was feeling bad, I was having um, support. So the same exact pattern was repeating now. Then when I realized that, and I catch myself like observing this pattern of like
Yeah.
crying, um I can hear myself. No, nothing now, it's okay. Yeah, so when I catch myself doing that without being able to stop, the next time when I've noticed it coming, arising back in that pattern, it was like something that, okay, no, that's not who I am, like. And then slowly I got rid of this, and yeah. But this is just one example. I have many of these with many different other
Yeah.
programs, which is like, it's just crazy. But yeah, it's crazy. So yeah, ending, go back, understand why you behave the way you behave, be really uh, aware of your actions, behaviors, and observe yourself. And through observation, then you can start making the change. But if you don't become aware of why you do what you do, then it's very unlikely that you can you can change a
This,
pattern. Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Mm.
It's like you don't want to get help, you will never get help.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. I think the next question is like, why do we accept these unhealthy relationships? And I think we all
we
know why we
we
accept them.
we kind of answered that one in the question before,
Which
because
one?
like
The
we do what we know,
yeah.
we do what we know,
Yeah. We are
and
used.
working on not doing things that actually are not good, not healthy, not helpful is what makes us stay in a position, in a place with someone, whatever, that are not good for us and not even
Yeah.
for the other person.
Mm-hmm.
In the case that the other person is also a good person, because when it's not, it's like whatever. But yes, we do what we know. Um, just a short example is, I used to think that it was okay just to scream, just to um, make your point come across, you know. Because, for example, my parents back in Venezuela, they used to do that. Like, they were not hearing each other, they would just go and raise their voice each time. This
Okay.
person is screaming, the
Yes.
other one, okay, this person is screaming, and I scream even more, and so on and so on and so on.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I can definitely imagine. Yeah, yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? It's just so crazy how we get used to like be in a well. Sometimes we are not aware sometimes, but how just the way that we are treated in childhood, we still do it now in adulthood because that's what's familiar to us. We don't know nothing more than that, and we think that's normal, and once you catch it and you're like, okay, but I think maybe because for me in my example, I always choose partners. Well, I used to choose partners that they were emotionally unavailable, or they were not choosing me, or that I had to fix them, and by fixing them, I thought, yeah, once I fix them and I look after them, they will love me. Um, do- what else? Just many, many, many things. Or
Absolutely.
yeah, or just like meeting my needs as long as I meet theirs. So it was always like how you say a price to pay. Yeah. So yeah, just these things, and it's crazy because it took me a lot of time to understand like why this pattern keeps repeating the same over and over again, like the same thing, and even trouble with finding a suitable partner, like, and I'm still struggling with that right now, to be honest, and I'm trying to understand why. But yeah, it's it's work, it's a lot of work, to be honest, like um I'm still working on a lot of things,
Yeah.
and yeah, some things definitely I overcome them and I change them, but there is always still, it always depends to how much you were enmeshed with the parent, or how many traumas you have as a child, and because there is always something under the surface. Because, like, for example, I thought I had nothing, like I thought I was healed and whatever. But when we started this podcast with the book and I started like rereading it and going back again, like there was like
Yeah.
fresh new not fresh new things coming up that I was not aware of them, to be honest, and that's when I was like, all right, then my work is not done here.
We are
Yeah,
work in progress. It's
yeah.
constantly work in
Mm,
progress. And well, it's good that
yeah.
you can refresh the memory, I guess.
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, refresh the memory. But I do notice, to be honest, that I am becoming much, like, at least comparing to like first when we started, definitely much more confident and in many, many areas. And I can see a change in many areas since I've started to even like delve deeper into like these traumas. So yeah, it's great.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
also that it actually gives you more tools, more skills for future encounters, just with
Yes.
anybody, romantic person or a friend, or who knows whatever happens with a family, for example.
Yeah.
And and it gives you the advantage to understand better, and maybe you don't get this first reaction that we used to have in the before, like getting mad, like, oh, what is this, I feel an attack. And you're like,
Yeah.
okay, now we are coming from another place. It's like, maybe it's not about me, maybe the other person have to work their own things, and like try not to take it personally and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's good, it's like, it's emotional healing, spiritual healing, and a lot of healing to do, that requires a lot of repeating and working and exercising about it.
Yes.
And
Yes.
yes, but it definitely is a great thing, a great tool. It's a very, very good book. And how you say it, it actually serves you in different ways if you read it in different stages in your life. Like, for
Yeah.
example, I can have, maybe I'm in a moment that I'm not dealing well with my family, and I can read the book and, okay, I can do this. Maybe in another stage in my life, I'm like, okay, I need more help for my romantic relationship in this case. And then, okay, maybe I can do other things I didn't notice, or I didn't pay attention to this part and stuff like that. And it's actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's the good thing about books like this, or novellas even. Then, oh, okay, I didn't notice this little detail. It's very nice.
Mm. Yeah, this is great. But you another thing that is quite interesting, especially when reading a book, and what I realize is that um the when you read the book, you are like, you in any book that you read some sentences and you're like, oh, like I already knew this, like how come I didn't think of this, because like part of you knew it. So what makes me understand is that that's why we always have the answers inside. It's just that we maybe not pay attention to them enough, and or to that voice inside, and then when we read something we are like, oh yeah, this makes sense, I already knew it, why I didn't apply it, you know? So it's like you've been you you have forgotten, we have forgotten about uh, many let's say what is right relationship or what is right living, because I think we are all born with this intuitive knowledge of how to live
Yeah,
in the world, but along the way it's somewhere lost because of these experiences that are traumatizing us, and that's it, and we just keep pushing and pushing and pushing down, and it takes some time to like bring it back, but
yeah.
it always comes back. Yeah. But yeah. All right. So I guess we are pretty much done with the book. And as final thoughts for the book, from my point of view, is that it was a great book, but some chapters were like over repetitive, and I to me way too many stories. Like I think it's great to like give stories, but personally I tend to get lost into like reading the story, and I just want to go and start doing the work without having this much um uh, let's say overload of information that maybe I don't
Yeah.
actually need it, um but it's great to see, yeah, how they overcome, they change, but I think it's way too much. And yeah, the exercises are really great. I really love how she gives exercises. um and yeah, great book overall. What do you think?
Well, for me, I think it was a great book. So thank you for suggesting
Hmm.
it. Um, What I didn't enjoy actually for me the stories because well some in my case I actually like to know that there is people out there that have been going through things, you know, and to understand the situation better. And but I also think that sometimes he went a little bit too dense, like repetitive or
Yeah.
very redundant information. Like okay, but you already said this before. Maybe that's good for another type of people that really needs to get things repeated more times, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Uh, for the most part, I really like the book. Maybe I just felt a little bit pity that there were things I couldn't relate to. Maybe because I'm not in a position in my life that I can relate to. Maybe later in life, or maybe never. You never know. But yeah. But in general, I think it's a fantastic book, and I probably will read it in the future if I need to, because there is always something that
Yeah.
gotta get. Yeah.
Mm. And I think these types of books are really great for anybody that wants to become a parent. No matter if you're single, if you're in a relationship, or no matter the situation, whoever wants to become a parent should definitely read such a book. It's like it will help them to understand better the dynamics of a family, and especially if you don't know, because most of us we don't know, or we do know, but we don't maybe pay attention to, or maybe the natural development of like going from, let's say, being without a child, jump to having a child. Maybe something here gets lost, and you lost the connection to how you should actually be now. So yeah, it's great. It's a great book to make you understand how to yeah, not to be the best that you can for a child, and not to get enmeshed with it, and how much you share, how much you don't share, and so on. Yeah, it's a great book. All
Yes,
right.
you
Well,
did.
I guess pretty much that's it with the book. It's we're at the end of it.
We finished for the second
Oh,
time.
I know. For yeah, it's alright. Yeah, I mean, we
So that's
tried.
the
We
secret.
tried. Yeah, we. It's good now that my microphone is fine. I don't know what happened with it on that day when we did, but
Mm.
it's good. It's good for us. Yeah. So next time, dating. I'm ready for it. I'm so ready for. So
Hey, I want to
ready.
laugh. I think it's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be really fun. Yeah, I have. Well, I don't have like many fun stories, but I've been, because I did went dating, and I'm still doing it, and it's interesting, I have to say. Um, so yeah, sometimes I take notes, so I just like keep record data.
Right. Do you take
Yeah,
notes? Oh.
yeah,
There
I
is
have to.
people on YouTube. There is a couple of YouTubers that I follow because the way they make there is one that makes commentary on movies, and she once made a video about when she was dating someone, and she would, because you can record the screen on your phone, so she
Yes.
would she would literally use some quotes or lines on the dialogue of the books to message people on the app, and people were like, what are you saying? Or others were just playing along, and you're like, wow. Well, that was,
Wow. Yeah.
yeah, it's a very funny story, that one.
Yeah, I was thinking to like record, because I got a screen recorder also, but I'm like, nah, I don't think I really want to do this, because like it's
Yeah.
no. But yeah. All right. Awesome. Okay. Great.
Yes, girl.
Thank you so much for today, and for reserving the time to
Same.
really record it.
Well, I hope this time there is no problem. It's no, just let me
Yes,
know,
I hope so. Yeah.
and be careful with your toe.
Yeah. I have to put back again ice. I hope I'm gonna be soon back on track, because I don't want to miss this trip. I will definitely not miss it. I will.